Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully everything is working. Hopefully everything's fine and dandy. Hopefully I have a good connection too. Maybe this one. Maybe this is a good playlist. I'll try this one. Okay, maybe if everything's okay. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello everybody. I'm back. I'm here, and I'm not queer, but I may look like that. Don't worry about that. Just a new look I'm trying out. I'll be living in Japan as much as I can. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a poet, and I wasn't even aware of it. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Hello, far quad. Hey, mate, Australian Chikabidiki. Just a bit of a different time this time. I'm here, and y'all there. Konbanwa. Hello. I won't cancel the documentary. Jesus, I'm just waiting to see how many people show up. Oh my God, 71. Oh, you boys and girls are pretty active today. What time is it? Where you's at? Do you rather square or XD? I don't really get that. What the hell is happening? I was just gonna y'all should know y'all should know me by now. 14. It's 14 o'clock. It's not clickbait though. It's not clickbait. I'm actually gonna talk about this. You know that Megan was at the end of the patrol. Yeah. It was Megan. It was Megan. 1 p.m. in New Orleans. Yes, I know. I have my laptop still on Irish time. Oh yeah. Oh, Father, please. Okay. I won't cancel it. It's not on Kickstarter. Jesus God. Oh my God. Oh, I see. Because I'm involved with a Christian documentary. You think that's about my documentary? No, it's not. It's not. It's about the other one. On Kickstarter. Mine's not on Kickstarter yet. I am looking fresh. Thank you. I'm not canceling that one. Okay, I'm just gonna set up some background music. I'm just gonna go through the Christian documentary playlist, and hopefully that'll be okay, just to keep some noise happening in the background. Maybe you can hear this. I'll turn on the desktop audio. Christopher Weston Chandler was born on February 24th, 1982, in Charlottesville, Virginia, to parents Bob, age 54, and Barbara, 40. Can you hear that? Damn, Australia, Germany. I'm not gonna play music live because that usually turns people off. Sexy AF. Thank you. Argentina. My God. Turkey. That's crazy. Okay, so there was some big news happening. I can't. The laptop is too far away. I can't see the damn chat. Latvia. Oh my God. Hello, neighbor. Labdien. That's pretty much one of the only things that I know in Latvian. Labdien, Labnacht. That's pretty much all I know. Square or XD? Please, I need to live further. I have no idea what you mean though. Hey, ale banjo. Banjo? In England. Hopefully the stream is okay. Eastern US. Jesus. Oh no. Squee? What does squee mean? Is my refrigerator running? Okay, so... Oh, that video. Sorry about that. North of Ireland. Hello there. Squee or XD? I have no idea what that means still. No, that was I was doing a little private test stream to see if my setup worked, and I thought that I thought that my OBS wasn't working and I wasn't streaming for like 20 seconds, but actually I was streaming on my music channel and I'd forgotten to switch the stream names and keys, so I accidentally did a 22-second public stream while I was Skyping with my friend. So yeah, that's promptly been deleted. Sorry about that. Okay, so Squeeze is supposed to be a happy noise, I think. Squee or XD. Anyway, okay, so in case you don't know, I'm drinking, I guess a cafe latte. Okay, so let's try and sort through this mess. I was gonna, damn, I probably should have set up like a screen capture or something, but this will have to do. So, in case you don't know, there was an announced Christian documentary project, and it looked legit. I actually got the filmmaker, who is Joseph Draft. He basically spent quite a bit of money. I'd say at least a few $1,000s, and he spent a whole week with Christian Chandler or Christine Chandler and Barbara Chandler, basically filming them in their normal day-to-day lives. And he even got an interview with Barbara, of course, and Megan Schroeder, of all things. So yeah, that was a big deal, and that showed up. That was I was made aware of that project a few days at least before it was officially announced to the public, because the filmmaker was interested in making a really legit documentary movie that was going to be shown in film festivals, for example. So he really had this really big idea for it, really ambitious, and I was shown the trailer for it on Friday, I guess. Was it Friday? Probably Friday. I was shown little clips of the trailer given to me in a private conversation on a messenger thing. But it wasn't from the director. It was from the director's friend, who is better accustomed to Kiwi farms, and he has a slightly bigger, I guess, internet presence than the director, Joseph Draft, who pretty much doesn't get involved in social media and stuff like that for his own reasons. Whatever, it's okay. So yeah, I was interested in getting involved. They were interested in getting creators like myself and Satchmo and some others who have covered Chris, to do like little segments that would explain what the Christian phenomenon is to an audience that is not aware of the Christian mythos. So I was definitely intrigued by the trailer. It looked really legit, and I was really surprised that Chris would let someone just film him from like in his daily life for so long. It's like, wow, you said that you're doing this very very ethically. It's like, okay, wow, how'd you get him to do that? Like, okay, we paid him. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. I'm not sure how ethical that is, but so that was the thing. Okay, so whatever, they paid them for their time, and all the contributors have been paid already for the time. Chris, Barbara, and Megan have been paid for their contribution to the movie. And so yeah, I thought, wow, they're gonna. And they said they were gonna drop the trailer really soon, like over the weekend or something, or in the next few days. I was like, wow, are you that close to finishing the movie? It's like, no, but the trailer is almost done. And it's like, okay, so maybe they're just gonna drop the trailer on like a YouTube channel, and they're gonna see what the reaction is. It's like, okay, I was gonna be behind all that if it was just a trailer for the movie on YouTube. But as it turns out, no, that was not the case. They released the trailer along with a Kickstarter for the movie. The project's name was going to be called Christian versus the Internet, and it had a brief description of what basically the movie was about and what Christian is about. And they were asking for $20,000. Huh. Wow. Well, that was the thing. So yeah, basically everyone thought, well, well, the reception was mixed because lots of people, most people who are interested in Christian are aware that you shouldn't really mess with Chris in real life, and people will kind of hate you for it, especially on Kiwi Farms. And if you're asking for money, like if money is involved in any way, either you're giving them money or you're trying to get money from that, from Chris or to Chris, it doesn't matter. People are gonna hate you even more. And asking $20,000 for a movie like that, Jesus Christ. Most people on Kiwi Farms pretty much hated it and wanted the director Joseph Draft to die. Some people on Twitter were more confused because why would you make a movie like that? Like basically, even in some ways, the way I thought about it is just like this is like a 4K transfer of information that has been publicly available for at least like 10 years. Some people thought it looked really promising. Of course, most people were really interested in that so-called interview with Megan. Megan finally, at the very end of the trailer, you saw like the back of a woman's head, and it was it was Megan, but they didn't do a face reveal. They did this really suspenseful trailer, like a teaser, and you had like a couple of sentences of her voice saying, "Oh, he's a really different person now than what I've known." So yeah, people were interested in mostly the Megan interview, and most people thought that any sort of historical accounts coming directly from Chris and Barb, were not gonna be accurate. They always twist their stories. They always come out on top in a way. Barb. There was a short clip of Barb in an interview with makeup. She looked slightly more presentable, I guess, a little bit more lively, and she was talking about how at first Chris didn't talk, and basically information that's already available on the quickies. Like, why would you pay $20,000 for someone to say what's already on the quickie in 4K? That's basically the main hook of the whole thing, was that it's gonna be in 4K and it's gonna be very very cinematic looking and really very professional looking. No, Megan did not get a restraining order on Chris. Actually, Megan was quite involved in the production. Megan has been chatting with the captain from Kiwi Farms for a little while, or at least she used to, before the captain ran away into exile. And she also did an interview with a different YouTuber. So I guess she's kind of open to talking about her experiences with Chris, because in retrospect she kind of comes out as a basically a victim. Am I a real person? I am. I think so. So yeah, but the pledges, I don't know how the Kickstarter thing goes, but like the pledge amounts, the contribution amounts and the goals were like copied and pasted from other Kickstarter plans, other Kickstarter projects. So they really rushed this Kickstarter thing. So that was also a really huge criticism. She didn't interview, I don't know his name, but he did lots of reaction videos of my videos. So yeah, the contribution amounts were absolutely ridiculous. He had like a 10,000 goal in there somewhere. Not a 10 for, if you contribute $10,000 to the Kickstarter, you can be an executive producer or something like that. It does sound like a fraud, but it was not, because actually, turns out the director Joseph became kind of involved. Oh, okay, well, after the Kickstarter was revealed, it was a huge fallout, and the friend of the director who talked to me before, he had a Kiwi Farms account as well, so he addressed this whole shabacle on the Kiwi Farms thread, and people were asking him lots of questions, asking him, angrily asking him questions like, what the hell is up with this project? Why are you asking for so much money, and why why is this whole thing happening? Why did you think it was a good idea to interact with Chris, and why did you think that, making a movie with Chris, in person with Chris, and then asking for so much money, how did you think that this would go down? Like, did you actually think that people would be okay with this? So even though that friend who wasn't at all involved with the filming of the picture, he was basically functioning as a spokesperson for Joseph Draft, the director. But as it turns out, he really didn't know anything at all, or at least not much. It was basically like it was internet ignorance, definitely. It was so he posted Joseph's breakdown for the $20,000 goal. So basically, we are expecting the travel costs associated with getting content from some of our collaborators to cost around $3,000, including travel, meals, lodging, and car rental. Payment for collaborators will be around $2,000. So I'd imagine that this is traveling to and from Chris, Barb, and Megan, and they've already been paid. So basically, a lot of this Kickstarter would have been to recuperate some of the funds, in addition to some other things, like, for example, lawyer fee. We're expecting to be around $1,000 for contracts, including release forms and location releases. You see, because he was planning to make this into a real legit movie, shown in I guess film festivals, and be eligible for I guess competitions, or to be like a legit movie, more than just a fancy YouTube video. So you really need to be careful about the law behind filming, and getting contracts written up, and really clarifying any royalties, if the movie makes any money. So that was I guess a messy issue. He also, a city permit to shoot in public is generally around $600, and the film insurance can vary, but we expect $1,600. So I don't know, about $2,000 for just filming. Of course, I haven't filmed a documentary in person about any one subject, so I wouldn't know how that would go. But I guess if I'm filming in a public place and it's just for like a YouTube video, that would go for YouTube revenue, or maybe not. I think it should be okay. But if you're planning to show this at cinemas, I think you have to be more careful about how you film it. And okay, $3,000 will be for bills, so I can take necessary time off work to film. So yeah, basically he took a week off work to travel to and from Christian's home to Ruckersville and Charlottesville from Texas. I think he lives in Texas. So yeah, he lost quite a bit of money, I guess, to take some time off work and film this big movie that he thought it was going to be. He was really invested in this story, and as it turns out, it kind of blew up in his face. And the final $4,400 would be for additional collaborators who have not signed on yet. This is the main places where the budget will go, and give us wiggle room to attract more interviews and additional travel costs. So the gist of that little thing there, the 4.4K, was for collaborators of I guess external narrators like myself, Sachimo, and others who have been interested in covering Christian in the past, and would be involved in this picture to further develop the Christian lore for new guys. And okay, there's some lost people, so I'm just gonna add this thing. I've done this for a music stream, but I guess this should work as well. Okay, Joseph. Okay, I'm not gonna put his name down. Excuse me. Christian. I guess versus the internet. The internet versus the internet. Cancelled Kickstarter. Documentary. That's the documentary, right? I did. Good. Can we increase the font size? Font size 36. Let's make it a bit. Let's make it 48. How about that? And let's add this. Okay. Will this help? I guess. This will do for now. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, everyone on Kiwi Farms was asking this guy lots of questions, and he basically couldn't really give a straight answer because he really did not know what was happening. And it was really badly thought out, because Joseph should have just made up, whatever, throwaway account on Kiwi Farms and address everyone's concerns. But as it turns out, it didn't. Basically, they didn't come out as very competent people, unfortunately, and I myself too was surprised to find out that they that they were gonna reveal the trailer so soon after filming it. They should have sat on it and developed the structure of the movie more before they had revealed the trailer. An actual enthusiast wouldn't ask for 20,000 grand for 20 grand. Yeah. Apparently, Joseph Draft had a Reddit account, and he was contributing some comments in the Christian Sonichu subreddit, also answering fans' concerns, or Christian fanatics or whatever Christorians' concerns about this project. And apparently, the initial budget was $67,000, but they decided that they were gonna reduce staff, reduce crew, and basically simplify it a bit to make it down to $20,000. Of course, he was a film school graduate and was really hoping to make a big first movie, and this is what he wanted to, I guess, do it. Stop it! I'll touch my mic if I want to. It's my mic. Yeah, of course it's nice to be paid for what you're doing, but this sort of topic, Christian is a very touchy topic. That's why I decided even before my channel got taken down, well before that, I decided that I did not want to monetize these videos because I'd feel that it would be. I just feel dirty doing that. And, especially making your first big motion picture documentary on Christian is kind of a strange idea. At first I was really enthusiastic because I thought that they knew what they were doing. But they really rushed the reveal because they were really excited about the footage. Lots of footage of Chris going wild in public, doing zany things, and yeah, I know there are lots of these sort of, I guess, costs involved, some legal issues, paying crew, paying cast and crew, but if you, I guess, like other people have said, if you were really invested in this, if you really had a passion for this, would you really ask for so much money? Or even, would you ask for money at all? I mean, the way I've been making music for the past 3 years now, I've been making it at a loss. Because every time I upload an album, every time I finish an album to make it, and in order to make it available to be purchased on iTunes and Spotify and every other place, and for it to be in the content ID system on YouTube even, I have to pay I think about $70 each time, and I've released 7 albums I think so far in the past 3 years, and some singles too, which are of course a bit cheaper, but just a bit. But yeah, that's a lot of money spent, and even after all this time, I'm about halfway there to get repaid for that. John is quick. Because if you really cared about it, would you make it published? Then it cost $3 your films. Do you know how much this community has done for free? Yeah, exactly. I was planning on doing the stream a while back, like 2 days ago, but I only got the chance for free time like today, this evening for me, and I was thinking about topics to talk about, but so many things have happened since then, so I have to kind of change my script, my head script. So I was gonna say, I was gonna point out, there's so much Christian content already out there for free, and I was gonna ask them, just when the Kickstarter was still up and not cancelled, I was gonna ask, you have to make it perfectly clear why is your documentary worth $20,000 more than mine? I mean, I'm not putting myself up as the supreme ruler of Christery. I'm not, but you're asking for so much money for things that are basically just already known, but just in an updated 4K copy of it, Subtle plug for music. That was not subtle at all. By the way, link in the description for music. Just more as a template, right? Yeah, the whole thing has been filmed already. They have hours upon hours of footage that are and they have way too much content for a single video. And they were gonna organize it into a, I guess, single narrative, and they're gonna add some stuff from myself and Satchmo and other contributors to flesh out the history of Christery. But that apparently is all cancelled now. That friend who has been chatting with all the contributors, who has been trying to answer questions that he couldn't answer on Kiwi Farms, he's pretty much washed his hands of Chris Chan. The director too is also weighing his options. He has no idea what to do, and he kind of he kind of wants to be rid of it as well. So yeah, they really, that guy, his friend who has been his childhood friend who's been on Kiwi Farms for years, he should know that this could have happened this way. But I guess, they're both adults. I guess Joseph was really enthusiastic about the project. We're not sure. No one's sure if he's gonna release the footage though. He might find a way. At the moment, he just, I guess, he could just give it away and throw it away to other, YouTube channels and, be rid of it and wash his hands of it. And he should. He should focus on some other subject for his first movie. Christian was not the best idea for him. They got a big head about the whole thing. Yeah, they're really enthusiastic about it. I could tell from the private messages that I've been getting, they were really looking forward to showing off what they had. But of course, they couldn't show it in their trailer because that would just be, giving content away for free. They were gonna make a proper movie of it where you could buy it, a digital copy, a physical copy too. The doxing thing, I don't know. From the looks of it, he wasn't planning on making any money, as any extra money. I think from the budgeting, it seems like they were really trying to just break even completely, and come off with a flat zero profit, just to pay off everyone involved. I think that was pretty honest of them. But the way that the Kickstarter was constructed, and the way the trailer was constructed, they were very clearly catering for the Chris Chan audience, not for the intended future audience of noobs who don't know about Chris Chan. Saying these very uninteresting things in the trailer that would be kind of interesting for someone who knows a Chris Chan. I mean, who knows of Chris Chan, uh, and even that tease at the Megan Schroeder interview at the end, that was not gonna mean anything for anyone if you don't know about Christian. And most people who know about Christian know better than to go to Christian's house and pay him money and film him, you know? And they also know better than to contribute to a movie that would, you know, give Christian more money. Why didn't they just sell it from the start if they wanted money for it? Free the nation links. That was a good idea. I mean, that's a better idea. That's a better idea than what they did. They were just way too excited about this. Don't, when you do a film, have you kind of expect to lose? Yeah, you definitely do. What's that song playing in the trailer? That's Claire de Lune by Debussy. They did the Kickstarter to completely break even before selling it to make profit. Greedy trend hoppers. You can't blame them from making money from their hard work. Of course, I try to make money from my hard work, but that's mostly for music because I'm very confident in my music, and I have a clean conscience when I make music. I'm not taking advantage of anyone, and you know, my Christian stuff is not monetized. Yeah, Megan was in contact with the captain for some reason. I don't know. She seemed kind of okay with talking and laughing about the past. I really don't know too much about it. Yeah, Chris has already received money. Joseph Draft received a nice little tax return, and he used that to pay off Chris and Barb and Megan. So about $2,000 or $3,000 of the proposed $20,000 Kickstarter would have been to make up for those losses. Did anything interesting, crazy happen? Well, Chris definitely did act crazy in public, lots of times, doing some very embarrassing things. I mean, if you've seen any accounts of on audio or video or text of people encountering Chris in the wild, you would know that he's very, I guess, special outdoors. And seeing that on video, wouldn't that be too much of a surprise, would it? Kingle documentary. Giving Chris any money just contributing to the disaster. Yeah. Yandeli Dev. Oh, okay. Majestic. I've been talking for a while now. My voice is starting to give. I haven't seen the Smoky Chris stuff. The director was actually with Chris during the most recent court date. So maybe he got footage of that too. This video saw of someone working in GameStop randomly encountered Chris, and it was ridiculous. Yeah, didn't the Kickstarter just start? Yeah, but the criticism and hate was so overwhelming that they had to cancel it. At the time of its cancellation, I think they raised about over $400 out of the $20,000 goal. It did go down really fast. I mean, if you just marketed that as 1 hour long Megan Schroeder interview for $500, I think you would have made that. I'm 1580. Jesus Christ! Wow. Damn. I really wish some studio, hopefully Fox Legends, would do the Chris Cinematic Universe. Chris Cinematic Universe. Oh my god. They do a better job than DC, I guess. All we want is Megan's interview. That would be nice. That might still come. Who knows? 580. Oh yeah. Yeah, they could have done that. They could have done that. They could just sold the Megan interview for $500. Would have been great. you think they'll release the interview? They might. I don't know. I wonder if there's going to be a Sarah Hammer interview. Sarah Hammer, they've not contacted, as far as I know. I'd like a Sonic 2 franchise. Would you, though? Imagine if you could get Sega and Nintendo to partner up and join forces and combine their respective universes and just create as great a Sonic 2 franchise. My God, that'd be amazing. There was going to be a Gino interview, but the project is called off now. Can you hear the music in the background, by the way? I think you can. I've unmuted the desktop audio. Does it mean no more episodes of the documentary, or is this still unrelated? Oh, this is a different documentary. Okay, good. It's music that has been used in probably some episode of Christiana Comprehensive History. It's just the background music playback. They got 500, yeah, over 500. Someone paid for Chris's shoes. So doing so, there are enough people to pay for that docu. Yeah. Gino's hostile hotel. Best part is now you have exposed the trolls and the idea guys is being worse than Chris. I mean, How's the documentary going along? I'm almost finished making part 8, which is a good thing because I'm kind of falling behind. Part 9 should be finished in a day. It's pretty easy, I think. And beyond that, I can work on my music review documentary. And that should be coming up in about a week or two. What part did Chris have in this documentary? Everything. He's the main subject. In case you missed it, an aspiring filmmaker spent a whole week filming Chris in person and Barb and Megan. And Kiwi Farms hated the trailer. They wanted him to die, and now it's all cancelled, or at least postponed for the moment. I'm looking fly. I need to see myself again. Not bad. My hair's a little whack in the sack. That's not the right terminology for that. Plan on releasing your music physically. I guess I can if it's a Kickstarter, ironically enough, or at least a crowdfunding or an Indiegogo thing. I'll have to look into that. I have to look into that because I'd love to make like audio cassette and vinyl versions available of my stuff. Chris doesn't need another documentary. Whack in the sack. I'm pretty whack in the sack. Oh, you enjoyed you enjoyed my music documentary about censorship. Thank you. Between each episode, audio cassette best medium. You know, yeah, Mario. Oh, hello, Mario. Yeah, if your audio system is top notch and your audio cassette is also in great condition, it's absolutely the best sound you could possibly get is an audio cassette. But you have to have the best equipment for it. It's not better sound than Gino laughing at his own jokes. Yeah. You consider changing the intro to what made them this way? No, I haven't. I find out Chris is a person and it's hard to feeling kind of pity. Wait a minute, is the Kickstarter actually cancelled? Oh yeah, it's cancelled. I thought of starting a 24/7 live stream of your music. I have, of course, yeah. I kind of tried out a little live stream of my music thing on my music channel, but it was just overnight. I actually have to rent like a virtual, I guess, server and just play all that music all the time, but I have to pay for it, and it's a bit of a bother at the moment. I finished my cold coffee. Whoa! Liquid Chris is coming soon. In a few months? 2 months? 2 months. Zapiv Extreme. acquire musical inspirations. Yes. Marillion. ELO, of course. Toto. Who else? Queen, not so much. King Crimson a little bit as well. Pure Prairie League. Carole King. I have a really eclectic mix. Which part are you up to script wise? I've stopped writing scripts. I'm at 26 now. I stopped writing any new ones because it's going to be a very long time until I catch up to those scripts. Sorry, not have to worry about them for a little while. Math rock kind of guy at all? Nah, not really. Hey, morning. Morning, Zoid. When I grow up, I want to be liquid. Sorry, just kidding. Cardio's better. 26 strips? Oh yeah, I'm on part 26 now. American football. I don't listen to that one. I think the Plastic Love cover is amazing. Thank you. Is it scripts for 26 parts? Yeah. Part 26 is covering March 2010. We're just about starting Surf Shack Tito, and we're in the middle of the Wallflower thing. And and I think it's after the end of Asperchu. Does Gino Samuel is gay? No, I'm not. I is not gay. I can enjoy Interpol. See the pop up Benny Signs? No. March 2010. Surf Shack Tito, yeah. Proper halal modes for us. I will not do that. I can't wait for the new episodes. What's your favorite saga and why? I like Ivy. I think she's really interesting because she somehow managed to make Chris to make lots of really odd videos. Probably the weirdest videos Chris has ever made has been from the Ivy saga, and he was so creepy with Ivy, especially. No, in comparison to all the other fake girlfriends. And it's interesting because lots of their relationship was mostly from phone calls, and none of those were recorded as far as I know. So that's also interesting because it's a bit more mysterious that way. And also I love the Asperchu saga, and Alec Benson Leary was a freaking genius. Gino is not gay. Gino equals hetero. It is literally true. Can you do your best Christian impression? I don't want to. Be like making fun of him. I don't want to do that. I want to be a nice guy. Nice guy, PewDiePie. Was Ivy played by a real girl? Yeah, Ivy was a real woman. Yeah. He was one Ivy. All the signs says one too. He is straight. God damn it. I will not be veered into any other discussion. Yeah, well, yada yada. Just listen to all the Alec calls last week's. Those were fun. Yeah, the Alec calls are great. Great. Gino looks like a gay guy. Most people say that. I was actually remarking how long it's been since someone called me gay. I guess I have to restart that clock. How many parts do you think it will take to cover all of Christery? I mean, up to now, at least 50. Do you think Chris is only trans to get women? I think Chris is trans because he thinks he's trans, because he's very confused, and I think he's gay. If he wasn't autistic, or at least if he had better parents, he would be full out gay, I'd say. But because of his upbringing and the traditionalism and conservatism and I guess homophobia of his parents convinced him that gays were not okay. But of course, become transgender was almost like a way to become gay, but not. You know, if you are a woman and you like men, then you're not gay, are you? Well, he's bisexual now, so he likes both men and women, or maybe he was bisexual from the start, but it's better for him to feel, it's better for him to think that he's a woman who likes men rather than a man who likes men, because from his upbringing, I guess. And also, he has like a really 1950s idea of what a woman is like, and he really appeals to that lifestyle, of staying at home. I know, not doing much. I guess. I mean, 50s women did lots of housework, but he doesn't do that. I guess his idea of a woman was from just admiring Barb. Would make all 50 parts. I hope so. I'll do it eventually. Yeah. I was talking about getting a petition to get him on Dr. Phil. I think that guy has rejected that petition. He has recanted. Recent video, Chris questions if he was born in the wrong gender back then. Isn't that evidence of real gender dysphoria? Maybe. Or maybe he just thinks that or maybe he just wants to stay. Basically, he's just an effeminate guy. No, he's gay. And he maybe naturally feels more at ease with women and acting like a woman because honestly, I'm kind of effeminate. I'm gonna flat out say it. I like doing this thing. I like posing for the camera. I guess I'm effeminate, but I am straight though. Please believe me. So I think he just he's autistic. He doesn't really have and he has really poor upbringing in terms of education and mainstreaming. So he might think that he's a woman, even though he's just in fact just maybe an effeminate guy, and he doesn't really get the difference. What's your honest opinion about Chris as a whole, Gino? I'm kind of saying it right now. I'm straight, damn it. You said I'm supposed to keep you straight. I have my Dirk Simbach poster to keep me straight. Chris has never spoken to me in person, but he is aware of me at least. Do you think you'll ever get Chris back instead of Christine? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I do love China. Literally. My girlfriend's Chinese. Just like a history teacher. I'm very okay. I guess we're done with this conversation, so don't mind. I'm really happy with this outfit. This is actually my girlfriend got this for herself, but it was too big for her, so she gave it to me. Thoughts on the merge? It's kind of mergy. Big Trouble in Little China. J.K. Rowling speaking. Gino is gay. What's the name of the man with the pickle suit? Do you assume his name is Rick? Pickle Rick? There's Nazi. It's a cool track. What is this? Oh, it's Bart Verbeek. Uv Begroup. That's not English. I have no idea what that is. Is that Gibson or Les Paul? No, it's a Busker's Les Paul. Do you like dubstep or EDM in general? No, I don't. Gino's not gay, I swear. I do keep up with Christian's Twitter, yeah. He follows me and I follow him. What kind of mic is that, Gino? It's an MXL V67. Hoping to save up some money for a Shure SM7B in the future. Are you familiar with Yosui Inoue? I don't think so. At least by name, I don't. Do you listen to Aphex Twin? No, I don't. Is it me or is Dirk Simbach giving off some sexual vibes? I don't think so. The pickle man tricked me again. Oh, some more stupid photos. Anyway, she dumped me. Now, I'm sad. What do you think about Chris? What about that Clown Milkman feature message video Chris made? I have no idea who was involved in that. Was that Joseph? Because I have no idea. Was that Joseph? That could have been Joseph in that Milkman thing. You know, the director of the Kickstarter documentary. That's my theory, but no. I have to make a tinfoil hat for this and just put it on whenever I offer up a new theory. Or is it Australian question mark shirt? That's Dirk Simbach's shirt. That is from a proposed album, a concept album, in which I questioned the reality of Australia. playing off the internet myth that Australia is not real. You watched the ghost hunting video Christine made? I've not watched it in full. No. Do you interested to see Megan interview, or do you not want to? I would love to see the interview. Honestly, most people I think would. Just absolutely insane. He's just really making himself look sane. Are you a weeb? I'm not a weeb. I think Chris is bi. Well, yeah. What's with the stream title? Just arrived. I think we kind of, for the moment, we kind of stopped talking about that. Okay. Simmer down. I'm just gonna write a little update at the sidebar. Let's just enjoy the music for the moment. I'm just gonna make the text smaller. Let's say 36. So I'll fill some people in. What's your feeling on remixes of classical music? Because you find yourself able to enjoy them. I think you call it Catherine Full Body soundtrack. I like them. I mean, off my Shadow People album, I have a track called 40th, which is like a sort of rock ensemble reimagining of Mozart's 40th Symphony. So I'm not opposed to it. I think you can do it well if you're able to do it. You can do it. Oh, remember this track? Brings back memories, doesn't it? It's part 1, right? Part 1 had the best music, I think. Giving you the footage as maybe a part of it. I might be involved. I have no idea because the creators reached out to me before it was officially revealed. So they might. Everything's up in the air at the moment. They're just resting on hours of footage and they have no idea what to do with it. At the moment, Joseph, the director, and his friend are pretty much burned out and kind of do not want anything Chris related in their life at the moment. I think there's a 700-page thread on Kiwi Forums asking, trying to answer the question, what will happen when Barbara dies? No one knows really. I would love him to interview Michael Snyder, Mary Lee Walsh. We can get Sarah Hammer if she's willing. No, there's so many people in Chris's life that if they're willing, I think they would make some pretty interesting interviews. Anna. No, don't interview Anna. Don't give her more attention. He's a doxer, he's a creep, and has an ego problem as it is, yeah. Too much of Chris Chen is bad for you. When Barbara dies, Chris becomes Barb. He's already becoming Barb, slowly but surely. His biggest inspiration in life is Barb. Chris really erodes people's minds in large doses. He do. The psychologist who evaluated Chris, if you could track him down, oh yeah, you got the public documents. I mean, you can probably find that name somewhere in a database and track them down, and ask him what the hell were you thinking. Anna McLaren, one of his true gal pals, who kind of, ended up kind of taking advantage of her relationship with Chris and kind of trying to keep Chris for herself in a way. almost saw him. Almost saw Chris as a status symbol, like, oh, I'm so progressive, being friends with a autistic transgender woman. And yeah, she wrote the tale of the crazy pacer. When was Anna? No, I'm in the picture. She wasn't in a saga. It was before Chris's internet fame back in 2004. That's when they started being friends. They kind of still became stayed acquaintances for a little bit before she got weird and possessive and narcissistic. The output execution is too quiet on 50. Huh? This is pretty normal for me. Let me check myself before I wreck myself. Huh? This is pretty normal for me. I have no idea. For this stream, I think it should be an archive, because this is kind of interesting. Look, we can just turn this down. Let's skip this one. Skip this one too. These are just pizzicato shit. Sarah Hammer. Okay. Gay jokes will be archived. What's going on? Not much. The big heated conversations happened in the first hour of the stream. I mean, the first half an hour or so. Hello from Saitama. Hello to Saitama. How's it going there? Do you know that technically CG? No. What time is it now? It's 10? That's a good time. Spoiler alert. Barb dies in Infinity War. Endgame? What's the crazy pacer about? Oh, it's Anna McLaren's blog post from 2004, I think, where she basically talked about her first experience with Chris Chan. This was mentioned in part 3, was it? In part 3. Okay, also, I guess it was 2005 then, when she first met Chris Chan. VG was the best cultural. She's not bad, yeah. I actually have no idea about the Doopy saga. I did not keep up with it when it was happening, and I've not researched it at the moment now. Oh, it's just over. Is it over? Oh, it's not. Okay, let's have about a minute. What made you interested in Quick in the first place? I guess I became interested back in 2011. Was when you got a 12-hour shift and got to stay some sleep. Oh, your work is incredible. Hey, thank you, Eric. Good luck at work. Thanks for joining. I first came upon Chris on B back in 2011 about there. It was about the time of Bob's death, and I was interested in him. I got interested in his weird ways, did some further research myself, but then kind of lost interest for the most part until maybe 2 years ago, when I really started getting into Chris Chan again, and I really wanted there to be a comprehensive history, like documentary series, that is happening right now. But since there wasn't one already, I decided to make it myself, so that's why I'm making it. It's a bit of a weird ending for that tune. There was a Kickstarter, yeah. Oh, this is part 3 stuff. This is like the troubles at the mall, I think, and Chris getting arrested for the first time. This is that music. Your documentary is really needed. Good job. Oh, thank you. Saw your post on Reddit that you do not feel liquid because it's fun and yeah, well, a lot of the liquid crit stuff is, you know, as you remember it. But towards the end, he really was embracing the inner Clyde Cash inside him, and he was leaving some, you know, I guess a-loggy or a-loggy comments like go kill yourself, you're fat and ugly. You know, it got pretty insulting towards the end. You know, it's not quite the image that most people have of Liquid Chris. Of course, I'm going to address that further in about parts 19 and 20. I think that's where that happens. You think that's just a tiny part that he hates Chris Caesar's was deserved? I don't know. Yeah, Liquid did that. If you're referring to the Casey calls, it was the. Yeah, no, what was the Casey calls? I mean, in the story, in the parts, I guess 14 to 19, we'll have lots of little snippets of the Casey calls. I'll be addressing all of those. Almost most of those. Some weren't really interesting, so I cut those out. It's not interesting to have a bunch of bullshit happening. Why ending this? I'm not ending this. It's a different documentary. I'll clarify this. Okay. Good morning, Insane. The Lars call. I've not heard of the Lars call. Christian has not taken notice of me in person, but he has been told about me by Coppets and I guess some other people. It was not returned it. It was just overly ambitious. The new footage is not rumors. The new footage was real and is real. There's hours of new footage that they can't really release in any way now. Okay, so I was talking about part 19 before, so I'm currently in the middle of writing the script for part 26, and that's during March 2010. That's where part 26 takes place. And I'd imagine by the time we catch up to 2019, it might be maybe 50 parts in total. Are still gonna make a Oh, Jackie's ex Lars. Oh yeah, that's that. Okay. I'm not too well versed in the Jackie saga either. Just looking to look at Kristen's goof wife. Is that going to continue? Oh, of course, yeah. I have no idea what's going on. Hey, we peaked at over 210 or something. I mean, 50 parts in total. Once you catch up on today's stuff, are you gonna take a break or are you gonna see? No, I'm gonna continue the series and wait until there's enough content for another 40-minute episode and make that. I'm just gonna continue as is. I'll happily donate to your Patreon. Oh, of course, sure. There's a link to my Patreon in the description below if you're interested. Of course, I'll be continuing the series. The new episodes will be starting, I guess, May or June. Though I must say that from part 14 onwards, I think they're going to be once every two weeks now. Oh, I know this one. This is all these good tunes are from part 1. Part 1 had the best tunes. Favorite music genre? Probably prog rock. Love you, Gino. You kicked me in your ass. Thank you, Zero Blade. Yep, he was on TV. I can't. I don't think I can legally, sell the stuff that I'm making. Again, if you want to be really legit about this and put it on physical media to sell as a product, you really have to be careful with legal issues and using footage. So I mean, that's what the big part was about this whole Kickstarter thing and the whole $20,000. It's kind of necessary with the kind of stuff that he was planning to make. Favorite troll? Probably Ivy. Best prog rock album? Close to the Edge by Yes. Obviously. Pretty sure Mr. Medical covered it in one of his live streams. You like the band Muse? I like some of their albums. I like The Resistance pretty much. I mean, almost all of the Resistance is pretty cool. I really love The Second Law though. That's my favorite, I think. Even though I was kind of slow on accepting it. You think I could make a better Chris Chan documentary than Joseph? I don't know, man. I think Joseph made a really promising work. Oh! Thank you to Bizarre Hermit, new patron. Glad to have you on board. I don't know. I think he made some really good footage, and he was just really overly excited and ambitious about the presentation of it. Hey, Bizarre Hermit. E. All female hands on me. I don't know what the hell that was. I was surprised to see Megan. Yeah, that was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a special movie, won't it? What's your favorite saga in his life? I don't know, I guess Ivy and Asperchu was pretty fun. Yeah, Megan was filmed. Megan was gonna be part of the new documentary that was filmed by Joseph Draft, and she did an interview and did some film segments. But I guess that's not going to be shown for any moment for the moment, because it's been cancelled because the director has been pretty traumatized by this whole hate thing. Wait, Liquid Chris is not the cancer researcher. What's your source on that? Yeah, there's new Megan footage, and for the moment at least, no one knows what's going to happen with it. There's so much footage, hours upon hours of footage, maybe 5 hours or something, of new Megan and Barb and Chris footage that it's not going to see the light of day. Wait, I missed that. He got so much hate because he was asking for $20,000 for the completion of the documentary, and most people did not see the point of that, and most people thought that it was a scam, that he was just getting lots of money to pocket for himself. But apparently it really seems like he just had to make $20,000 in order to make even, in order to break even. And the spokesperson that he had speaking for him, his friend, really was not goddamn, I stutter. The spokesperson involved was really not knowledgeable at all about the project, and he really made the situation worse by trying to answer questions. How much it cost you? It cost me zero. It cost me a lot of hours, but it cost me zero money. Yeah, because he wanted to make a legit movie. And it was a really rushed, bad Kickstarter page too. Lots of traveling, paying all the contributors. I guess he might edit himself, but who knows. Would you ever meet Christine if you could? Only if Christine offered me the chance. I would not try to meet her myself. So is this the month you're moving, or is that soon? I'm moving in July. He didn't spend 20,000 yet. At least 2,000, maybe close to 4,000. Do you have faced any backlash from your documentaries about Chris? Some. Not that bad though. Basically, most people think I'm just reading the quickie and setting up a PowerPoint presentation and talking over it. It's not quite that. It takes me about on and off 40 to 50 hours to make a single episode from scratch. And that's over the course of maybe a week or two. Let's go have the time to mess with. Do you know how I feel the full influence these texts started fronting him when they do more comments? What's the first thing you talk about Chris? I think I think it's the first time. No, actually it wasn't, because she did an interview with a YouTuber not so long ago. Okay, part of the Kickstarter was to break even, and other stuff was to pay for lawyers, pay for filming licenses, pay for contributors, pay for traveling costs. You know, lots of it was paid for already from his own pocket. I say from $2,000 to $5,000 was already paid for. Projected cost. It honestly, it does cost that much, and this is comparatively a really small budget. You know, if you compare other documentaries of similar caliber. Basically, damn you, not me. You know, I've read somewhere that if you make, you know, if you don't make back like at least $500 to $1,000 per minute of your film, you're actually losing money. So it really costs a lot to make an official documentary and not just a fancy YouTube video. Pretty big projector. Quick Doc isn't going to be canned material, so why bother? He wants street cred. Do you think that Chris will ever commit suicide if there's absolutely no one to support us? I think Chris is too dumb to commit suicide. How long do you think it'll take Chris to bust the dust? I don't know. The Chandler gene is pretty resilient. Chris could go on for a long while. I don't think there's any hope for Chris to, reform himself. Reading is well, as in Doctor, you shouldn't have the either. Regardless, it made no sense. Oh. There was no delay. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today. Apocalypse Cult. Well, doesn't Chris on the towns and countries are separate realities or something? I think he lived because he has white knights. I can imagine Chris dying, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I know. Where is he? No one knows where Chris will be in, like, tomorrow. Did you see the photos of Chris meeting up with, like, an anime cosplay girl recently? I mean, like, yesterday or today. In more music documentaries from... Hey! Kerbal Space Program! How long does the editing take compared to the scripting video? The editing. The script itself, the research, and the writing of the script probably takes about... It depends on the script, but it could take up to 8 hours in total, on and off. Editing. Just gathering the materials themselves could take a few hours, like getting all the videos in order for the video, all the email screen captures, Other screen captures, lots of times there are transcripts of the emails in the quickie, but I transcribe them myself and just copy and paste them and rearrange them to make them look like they're not to make them look like they're not just screen. God damn, I stutter. To make them look like they're not just screen captures of the quickie, because I don't want that to look like that. I just want them to look like legit screen captures. I mean, legit transcriptions of the emails. So they're more, I don't know, basic, more plain black and white. That could take a few hours. If there's audio clips of phone conversations or Mumbler or stuff like that, I have to pick out the relevant quotes that will appear in the movie. I mean, in the video, and I have to put them in together into a big audio file, and then save that as an MP3, whatever, and then I have to convert that into the audio waveform that you see, playing back to make the video more interesting to look at. So that goes into Adobe After Effects. It's a pretty simple process, but it just takes a long time, and while it's rendering, it basically takes my whole laptop hostage, and I can't do anything with it. So I just have to wait. I just have to wait it out. So that takes, I don't know, like 2 hours. Editing itself, putting it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That could be up to 10 hours. I'm not becoming Christian. God damn it. But someone other than Chris. Oh yeah, I'm planning on a G.G. Allen, A Comprehensive History. What do you think of people who donate to Chris's Patreon? They really should not donate to Chris's Patreon, because they know they're not going to get anything back. Would you play the part of Sonitry in a live-action remake of the comic book Crawford? I'm not good enough for Sonitry. German speaking stuttering is harder of the person talking. Essentially, you want to speak through German words, but you can't. Eh? Would Report of the Week make a good doc? Nah. I don't think so. They'll just turn to Christian Western Chandler. Yeah, it's Alan, not Alan. It's Alan. G.G. Allen was a punk rock performer and singer from the 80s and I guess early 90s who had a reputation of being very aggressive towards his audience and beating them up and shitting on stage and throwing his shit at people, and basically all around really disgusting kind of guy. Yeah, he died in 1993 or so. Review Broad documents himself well enough. Yeah, he died covering shit, and he was his what was it? His open casket funeral was featured his unwashed body still covered in vomit and shit, surrounded by his bandmates. Yeah, that was a fun time. People actually go to G.G. Allen's grave to take a shit on it. What a legacy. God damn. By the way, G.G. Allen's real name was Jesus Christ Allen. Skip this one. Because this one's better. Dead from heroin overdose, yeah. Would you consider doing? I do. The heck is G.G. Allen? How are the Blade studies going? They're going okay. Documentary on Spoonie? No. What happened to Christian vs. the Internet? It got cancelled. Because no one liked it. And people wanted to kill the director. His grave was a toilet or so. Spoonie, formerly of that guy with the glasses.com, who made legit good content back in the past, but then he went off the wall crazy. Is it really good? It's gonna be on your ass. I don't know. We'll see. The Dirty Craft Briefs. Is it on the front of the sticker? Yeah. I did the documentary about the parental advisory sticker thing. Yeah. Thank you. Maybe the reincarnation of Jesus was here all along. What do you think of the whole feral cats mini saga, the one where we begged for money for education for the 3 feral cats. That was a messy saga, and lots of people. Which phaser echo did you use for Ice on Shadowplay? I have no idea. I have to look back into my project to find the details on that one. I need to look that up. Yeah. Ice. Phaser echo. Is that for the voice track or something else? G.G. Allen actually made a pretty decent country album. I've listened to a bit of it. It's kind of cool. So did Charles Manson. Charles Manson also did a pretty good country album. Chris did not appropriate cultures like the bronies and weeaboos. He basically invented them. Yeah, for the voice. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll update you a bit later if you show up. I'll have to make a note of that and tell you. Or maybe on Patreon. Any issues with the new quick dock like the last one? Is it going to be without issue? What last one? What do you mean? This pack is legit terrible human. Oh yeah, of course. Sure. But please don't wish death upon Blue Spike on part 10 when it's finally uploaded, because I mean it kind of looks like I'm just endorsing the murder of a human being as far as YouTube is concerned. So please be on your best behavior. At least try to be, you know, because that might get me in trouble. There were so many goddamn death threats for a 13-year-old on the original YouTube video for that, on the original upload. I mean, that might have got me noticed in a bad way. There's literally thousands, maybe 1,000. I wish he died or something. Joshua Wise did nothing wrong. God damn you. Just turn the comments off. I don't want to. I never want to turn off the comments. I never want to ban people for commenting stuff, because I'm a huge proponent of free speech, whether I like it or not. Even so, how old is Blue Spike now? I guess that was 10 years ago. So I guess he's 23. He's younger than me. Is he 23? Yeah. The hell is this? Industrial music box. This is delightfully creepy. What if Blue Spike is Logan Paul? Holy crap. Can we compare voices and do a voice match? Despite all their efforts, ID guys still managed to get through the blockade. They're not mad about that. They're mad about taking advantage of a person who has been deemed untouchable or should not be touched ever since Bob died. And that's pretty much the stance. Just don't block people from commenting. I really don't want to be the first one to get banned. So last time you made the documentary was given the issue and had to be taken down. So any issues with the series so far like last time? Not so far. No. If I start getting issues, I'm gonna get, you know, taken down, because all the strikes that I got were done within one day, within like 6 hours. So because I think they were all manually reviewed by YouTube, I guess employee who deemed my content not eligible for monetization, which is of course understandable, and that was my mistake for trying to get it monetized. So I'm not gonna do that this time. Hopefully they'll buy me some time. Solid music. Why was the Kickstarter cancelled? Because people really hated the idea of paying $20,000 for content that pretty much everyone knows already, apart from a Megan interview, and yeah, and people thought that it was going to be a scam, that the director was going to pocket all the money for himself, and they started wishing death upon him, and they doxed him, and basically they really hated it. And it was the director's first really, it was his directorial debut in a sense, and he was really passionate about it, and he got really demoralized by it. Glad Cash sounds like Leafy. A Megan interview, yeah. New Megan content. Did Chris abuse his mother because of the ID guys? Yeah, he did. He was ordered to film himself punching his mother in the face for, I don't know, whatever, money, or to save Quickfill or whatever. They got money. They gave Megan money to talk, you know? Pretty sure Joseph was the first person to give Megan money. Also shitting on the floor. Where's the footage? That's locked away somewhere. Never to be seen again. He didn't respond to the dogs, but you know, he just in general was very, got very disillusioned by the universal condemnation of the goddamn $20,000 goal of the project. Marvin has the footage. Marvin has the footage of Barb. Sorry. How much would you pay for the Megan footage? $500. Do you want to see Chris hitting Barb? Also, Marvin, I think, has the audio of a call he had, or at least a call someone had with Chris right after Bob died, and he was crying over the phone. So Marvin has that. I did not see any Megan footage apart from the trailer stuff. You shouldn't have your dog sliding around when you're interacting with Chris. You paid $500. No. Huh? What is this? Huh? Oh. I have to look at that later. Oh, what Marvin shared. Why would you want Marvin? What? Do you really want to hear Chris cry over the death of his dad? He didn't beat the shit out of her. He just kind of lightly slapped her in the face or something. But again, I haven't seen that. There's just no documents coming out. There's like a Shane Dawson docu over dramatized and 90% filler. That video doesn't exist. Pretty sure it does. What surprises you most about your viewers, commenters? I mean, they're mostly nice. That surprises me. So thank you very much for being civil and so supportive. Greatly appreciate it. Try to do my best. Seems to be paying off. Marvin is the, I guess, the showrunner of the Quickie, and he's kind of in charge of the Quickie, and he's one of the main moderators of the Christian Chandler thing on Kiwi Farms, on that section, on the forum board. And he's also the man in the pickle suit, the guy who intruded upon Chris and Emily's date back in the day, back in 2009. So he is an historical figure. What's your favorite food in Japan? I like yakisoba, and I also like soup curry, which is kind of a Hokkaido specialty. What are your video demographics like? Mostly male for... I actually haven't checked the demographics in a long time, but I'm pretty sure that about 70% of my audience is in North America. He's kind of an apologist. I don't know. Thoughts on Kiwi Farms? I don't know. Man, the Pickle Suit has footage. He tricked us again. He did trick us again. I mean, Kiwi Farms is like any other society, like any other website. It has different types of people there, you know? it's not so much like a hive mind. They have people who agree on topics and people who disagree with each other, and they get into arguments as well. And some get really heated, and some, you know, dox people and get really angry and kind of embarrass themselves as well. Let's skip that. What percentage are black? That doesn't interest me. We live in a society. Lithuania, yes, I am from Lithuania. That's all we'll ever get. For the moment, that's all we'll ever get. I mean, the director's weighing his options now, seeing how he can deliver the footage eventually, I guess. No one knows what's going to happen. You know, some troll would be excited to let Chris live with them, and he'll take that troll down with him. You have another person in mind to do a documentary of after Chris? Yeah, G.G. Allen as a person. I'm also interested in covering events like Laika, the Soviet space dog. Oh, and of course, William McGonagall, the worst poet in history. I want to do like a 3-part series on that. I want to make a documentary on Tommy Wiseau. He's too well known for me. Key Farms is weird. Like some people, like everyone goes, "Forgive me, masterful." What? Doxing people is probably the shittiest thing to do on the internet. That's a nice song. Like is better than Patty. Oh yeah. Could you elaborate on what's the worst poet guy? William McGonagall was a Scottish poet from mostly living towards the, I guess he was born in 1827 or so and died in 1893, and he became kind of famous for writing the most god-awful poetry anyone has ever heard. He was very well skilled at writing poems about current day events, kind of like making poetry versions of news, basically. And he was so god awful with it. I'm pretty sure lots of people have said that based on his documented interactions and the way he talked to people, he probably was autistic, and undiagnosed, of course, because that was back in the 1800s. Some legit famous people were keen on seeing him perform live. His live recitals were also incredibly insane. He got really theatric, and he whipped a sword out, and he was like a fake fighting, you know, soldiers and stuff like that. I am from Lithuania, I guess. Lived in Ireland for most of my life. Are there any tarps on the floor? My house is doing okay. It's getting a little warmer, so that's okay. But it's also bringing in lots of bugs. Usually wood lice and some spiders. Hey, Tommy Wiseau is an awful filmmaker, and he's famous. So it's like one of those so bad it's good kind of situations. What is the circle of figures who have been diagnosed with autism today? Yeah. Oh, Chris's house. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what Chris's house is like. They did get a new house tour in the new documentary. Of course, we're not going to see that. Do you plan on trying something even more experimental than distemper? I have no idea. I have not been planning on making a distemper part 2 or something like that. I have to come up with interesting ideas for composition. Who was the guy Chris told to just keep reading? I have no idea who that was. That might have been Joe. That might have been Joseph Draft, the director. Can I stay with you? No, you cannot stay with me. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Chris Chan documentary directed by Tommy Wiseau. That would be amazing. Yeah, my paper house is still holding up okay. I got. I recently bought 2 used bass pedals that I'm gonna use for on a future music project somehow. So like I mentioned, guys, not releasing any of the footage he already has. For the moment, he has no idea what to do. Where's that cute guy in stream? Any tips up for Tokyo? What kind of things are you interested in? I'm not like a weeb or anything, so I would probably recommend you different things depending on whether you're a more weeb centric or culture centric or party centric. Tokyo is wild. You really have to be picky. I do live in Japan, yeah. No, it's not the ghost hunting guy. That's not Coppets. He's way too tall to be Coppets. Someone was like, we're putting part of Chris. I did not hit her. So much was bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. It was by Kurosawa-san. What make you weeb? Is Toho more like weeb or culture? Huh. Depends. Old Toho. Probably culture. I'm a sports fan, not a weeb. I was thinking restaurants or bars in Tokyo. Well, I can't help you out there. At least during my time in Tokyo, I never went out to restaurants. Kind of. I went out to really casual places with friends, but I normally make food for myself and stay in. Oh, hi Megan, how's your sex life? How do you say your name in Japanese? Excuse me. Huh. My stage name would be probably Gino Samuel. Pretty simple. Yeah, Megan said briefly in the trailer that it's like basically Chris is a very different person from what she's known before, so all that. I first started self-teaching Japanese for a few years, and then I studied it as a major in university, and I also did a year abroad in Tokyo. Oh, I know this one. Oh yeah, the documentary has been cancelled, and he has the director has lots of footage that he doesn't know how to release. He's swinging his options at the moment. It's kind of been torn apart by the internet. I'm 24. Can I speak some Japanese? No, I don't want to. Sumimasen. Nihongo tabemasen. Think Quick will ever make YouTube videos more often again? I wished he would. Do you like traditional Japanese music? Like enka? I love enka. Yeah. I'm kind of weird because I like enka because mostly old people just listen to enka. You make any of the new episodes to your documentary, or will that come later? That will come later, around starting from May or June. That's my schedule, I guess. In Japanese, Chris knows this. Kawaii, kawaii Japan. Oh no. Sasaga. How do you recommend I self-teach Japanese? Oh, I should basic phrases, basic greetings first. Learn the alphabet as soon as possible. The hiragana and katakana sets of alphabets is the best way to get started and get used to the pronunciation differences. Nippon. I set love and hate as my alarm because I liked it. And after a week, I confirm I hate it. Yay! Have you seen the Sancho 101? Oh yeah, I do love that. I do love the Ben Saint one. It's pretty enjoyable. How much kanji do you know now? Not much at all. I should know more than I do. Definitely have not been keeping up with that. How much space does each episode take up on your computer? The finished form is over 14 gigs usually, but I then re-render it in Blender to basically reduce the file size, and change some formats or something to make it to around 2 gigs. So that's what I upload to YouTube. It looks fine. There's pretty much no difference in the quality. I just don't know how to set it up to render into that 2 gig form in the original Sony Vegas project. I can recommend using Anki learning kanji. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I tried that before. Massive weebs who had the wrong idea how difficult it was to learn Japanese. No, actually, most weebs that I know are actually pretty good at Japanese, because they learned it from their anime, but they're just not prepared for the Japan that they encounter, because they think it's like their animes, but it's not. I'll make 100 accounts just to dislike, love, and hate. Just noticed that I accidentally made a joke about loving and hating it, and it completely whooshed me. Was that true? Learn Japanese from Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank is doing well for himself, isn't he? This is Chris graduating from whatever secondary school he was in before Manchester, right? That's over now. How do you feel about the old documentary episodes remaining on YouTube uploaded by other channels? I mean, I'd rather they not be there, because they're not true and honest anymore. And it kind of, it's people seek out the videos with bigger views because they've been up for longer than my updated versions, and they start watching those, and it's not, it's not the episodes that I want to be up now. I'd rather they not be up, because my opinion, especially in the earliest episodes, is not it has changed. So I'd rather they watch my videos, and not because of getting extra ad revenue or whatever, because I don't get any anyway, but it's just the wrong impression in the old videos. I'd rather get people watching my videos because they're more consistent, and future. Jesus Christ, my speech is so segmented now, but when I start making the new videos from part 14 onwards, I'd rather, have them have the same consistency as part 1, and it's not going to be consistent if they watch the old re-uploads of videos. It's not going to be the same attitude, and it might put some people off, because I was definitely kind of a different person in part 1 especially, and my attitude was different than what it eventually became. Come on with Do you believe that Chris is too far gone to come back from his own delusions? Or still? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's too far gone. No, when Christian will start referring to himself as Christine and a female, I will change it to she and her and all that, because I want to remain consistent. Like gorillas and mystery cells. My music already has a mascot. It's this guy right here. He is my own personal OC. He is my Sonichu. It's Dirk Simbach. I made him myself. Do you hope to find a true and honest sweetheart? I've already found one. You were more smug and kind of look at this looter, huh? Just look at him. Yeah, that was definitely that. Yeah. I never had any personal interaction, no, but he has heard of me at least. Can I make fan arts, lol? Of course you can. Do you think of your C when you were in high school? No, I thought of him when I was 21. Dirk Simbachchu. Favorite guitar tuning? Regular. I sometimes drop the B string to an A. I think that makes a cool sound, and lots of my albums have been recorded with that tuning. What country are you from? Lithuania. Use Discord. I do not. What live lessons have Chris taught you? Look at Chris and do the opposite. I use Sony Vegas 13 for my videos. Would you interview Chris if given a chance? Only if Chris would offer me the interview. I would not ask for an interview myself. Or not pay for an interview. I would definitely not pay for an interview. He's a simple guy who loves dancing on Japanese downtown roofs. Yeah, good old Dirk. Can you speak Lithuanian? Man nepatinka kalbėti lietuviškai. Man nepatinka ta kalba. Man nepatinka ta šalis irgi. Do you write musical pieces for your Chris talk, or did you already have them? The only thing that I've written is the main theme that's at the start and end of every episode. The rest is just stock royalty-free music, most of it from Kevin MacLeod. I try to credit everything in the description of every video. Oh, actually no, 4. Because I've studied Spanish for 10 years too. 100% Baltic. Good morning, Opalescence Moonchild. I'm not too much familiar with Pokemon at all. Just I guess I can name more Pokemon, but I still don't. You know, I'm not interested in it. I wonder how the person in charge of the documentary managed to find and get Megan to accept an interview. He was really kind and professional about it, and he paid her money for her contribution as well. My Japanese teacher started plastic love video. Ah! Oh no. Some of my students in my class also saw my plastic love video, and they even sang it to me. And with me. That's fun. Do you think Christine has been let down by society with different help? He's been let down by his parents, I think. So this is not your channel. Have they seen your Christmas? Excuse me. I don't think they know about my Chris videos. It's just my music channel. And even if they did know about my Chris channel, they wouldn't really watch it because the language is too advanced for them to understand. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I changed some lyrics to make it into like a male version. Have you done other works? You have a nice human voice. What does that mean? Thank you, but what? Did you see the recent video of Chris explaining the SGU boss to the GameStop employee? Yeah, I think so. At least a bit of it. Oh yeah, I definitely have felt like there's similarities between me and Chris, and that's, I think, a big part of why he is so attractive to people, you know, just as a point of interest, as a topic of interest, because, you know, wow, this could have been me if I hadn't changed for the better. Imagine having to explain the Chris documentary to people. I did think Chris could join the military instead of PVCC in high school. You were not of. I'm guessing you're autistic? No. I just stutter a lot. Chris really seems to be a huge point of interest in the channel community. I love it. Wait, of course, because this is basically just the Chris channel. Chris channel. Huh. Yeah, you know if Megan actually agreed to participate in it. Oh yeah, she did participate, and she was actively involved in the filmmaking for a long while, and keeping track with the filmmaking process. And she saw some footage of Joseph, the director, frolicking with Chris during the days of filming, and she kind of felt jealous and thought, maybe I should do that too. And she suggested that maybe they could, you know, reunite at the end, you know, Chris and Megan. And the director said no, because that would be too forced and corny. it wouldn't work in a like a real documentary environment. Cole Smithy is doing okay, I guess. You're gonna talk about Asperture in depth? In depth. Yeah, I will. I mean, just a bit. As much as, you know, as much as is necessary to keep it interesting, but avoid any irrelevant topics. Crystal is just dealing with Soul Calibur and beat him up like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, it means depth, yeah. That's bone apple tea right there. How old is Megan? Wasn't she about the same age as Chris? Or was she a bit younger? I guess she's over 30 now. What topic after episode 3 is most interesting to talk about? Alec Benson Leary, I think, is the first one up soon after Liquid Chris. I think I really like that one. It's 33. Which one is the most interesting? I like Ivy and Alec Benson Leary the best, I think. Oh yeah, of course I'll mention everything, including the idea guy stuff. So that channel suffix was used by Alan as a Japanese article, but first I thought it could also be the image board channel suffix, but now I'm certain it's for Chandler. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure Chris was being incredibly clever and decided to take the first half of his first and last name and combine them together, and just by incredible coincidence, the Chan also is a Japanese suffix for, you know, Chan. And he also did the same with Sonic Chu, because according to him, it's not a combination of Sonic and Pikachu. It's based on the Japanese original pronunciation of Sonic, which is Soniku. So he took that and added the Chu off the end of Pikachu. So it's both a combination of Sonic and Pikachu, and also a transcribing of sorts of the original Japanese Soniku. He's really clever in some ways. and Slawil Rhyme is like backwards for Mary Lee Walsh. He's really clever. Gino-chan. Konbanwa. Hello. Oh yes, someone found Chris's drawing at the ghost thing. I'm looking dapper. Oh, thank you. I try to be dapper. He left the drawing at the Dijonette Insane Asylum. Yeah, he did. And someone took it and read the message on the back of it. I haven't read that though. I will eventually when I get to it. Actually, someone went and got it. Oh yeah, of course they did. What's the weirdest thing you've eaten while in Japan? Weirdest? Actually, don't eat too many weird things. I guess the most exotic was eel. I had eel sushi. I'm from Lithuania. Let's get this out of here. Too weird. Too calm. Too banjo. This is basically this is definitely not Jimino Petty music. Probably pronounced it wrong. Sonic issue 10 is obviously my favorite issue. Very envious of you getting to experience Japan. Oh. Thank you, Psycho. I think it was just stolen just a few hours as a quick upload of the video. Not too much. I'm gonna end it pretty soon. I actively follow, of course, Chris Chan and Aaron from Game Grumps and Boogie2988. How long have you been in Japan for? I guess 8 months? About 8 months now. I have to end. What did I just write? I have no idea what did you just write? Mario, what Sancho is an awesome post-ironic argumented reality, political comic if you ignore the real-life implications. I have no idea what you wrote either. I haven't read the more recent issues. I don't mind. I like it. Did you hear that Bookie just died? I mean, his career nearly died, did it? Is Dirk your only OC? Because you should get more OCs before. Oh, should I get more OCs? I don't know. Dirk is kind of special. Bookie's not dead, is he? Oh, I would know by now. You're not gonna fool me. Have you met any YouTube vloggers from Japan? No, I don't think so. Bookie's not dead. God damn it, you're... Why are you doing this? I know Boogie's not dead. I'm just checking it just to make sure. Boogie's not dead, god damn it. What? You forced me to check, god damn it. Did you see Boogie's April Fool's tweet? Happy Autism Month. April is the month dedicated to Chris. Chris and Boogie are in a gay relationship. Yeah, Boogie is gay right now, apparently. Good night, chat. Hey there. Got him. Yeah, you got me. We said roll save and talked about how you commit tax evasion. His April 1st tweet was, "Hey, I'm getting back together with my wife. April Fools, I'm gonna die alone." Ha 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 ha. And everyone hated that. Like, Jesus Christ, Boogie, what the hell are you doing? I mean, of course, he does this all the time. This plain for pity. This trying to be a victim all the time. And manipulating his audience, his followers. When the trolls are going at him hard and they're making fun of him, and he says, "Wow, yeah, this sucks, but at least I'm pretty freaking rich, you know, from what I'm doing, right? I'm really freaking loaded." And then at other times he says that his divorce has left him pretty much broke. So it really depends on the situation whether he says that he's rich or broke. I was planning on using this music for a single episode, but I've never found the right opportunity. The drum track is a bit distracting. It's difficult to place into a Chris Chan situation. Have I read the massive Reddit post cataloging all the terrible things Boogie has done? I've not read it, but I am aware of it. It's on Sam and Tolkien, right? On that subreddit. It's cold. I need to turn off my heating. It's getting cold. It's a cold night. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I love your family cluster love and fantastic. You're such a talented man. Oh, thank you. What is this thing? This is Kevin MacLeod's Dream Culture. So the music doesn't fit in the bar footage. Is drinking the alcohol. I mean that there's already music in there, and it's just gonna be too crowded if I just put in two tracks on top of each other. What made you want to return to the Christian documentary? I thought it was time. I was always gonna return, and I just felt ready this time. Master Japanese in 5 minutes. You just have to oboe your face and add ooh at the end of everything. That's not how that works. Greetings from Chile. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. Greetings to Chile. Is Megan a Nazi? No, she was just interested in, I guess, Nazi memorabilia at that time. Nothing wrong with that. Good cracks. Not as bad as how H3 has fallen. He has fallen too, hasn't he? Further, Japanese bars are much nicer than bars in the Western world. Do you find this to be the case? I haven't been to too many Japanese bars. I mostly go to restaurants these days. What happens if New Challenge gets shut down? I have 8 more backups. We'll just keep going. And I actually have to keep going now. I'll be going, actually. I guess by the end of the track, I'm gonna be saying bye-bye to everyone. It was an interesting stream. Very active this time of the day, I guess. Better time than others. I don't know. Maybe it's a better title. Maybe, okay, we'll just turn that off. Maybe I look more interesting, more weird today. I don't know, but it was okay. Yeah, the new documentaries up in the air. I mean, the new Joseph Draft documentary effort. There's lots of new footage that who knows who's going to be seeing it again. Will we ever see it again? We'll have to just wait and see. Perfect. Track over. Mute the desktop audio. Lovely. Thank you. So actually, I'm going to be moving to my music channel right now and doing a little improv noodle stream on my keyboard. And if you're interested in joining, please do. If you're not, then that's the end of the day for you, ain't it? So yeah, part 8 will be up usual time on Saturday evening for most people, or not. I'll keep moseying on with my life, with my music, with my movies and stuff like that. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good night. Hope you rest easy when you can rest. Rest is important. Sleep is important if you can get it. Happiness is important if you can get it. Keep shining on in your very own unique ways. War is never the answer. Peace is. Compliments get your fuzzy wuzzies. Wars get your prickly wicklies. This has been Gino Samuel.